everyone, I'm Shaylin here with Readsy, and today I'm going to be sharing 10 exercises that you can use to become a better writer. Oftentimes the best way to improve your writing is just to practice, but sometimes you can use that practice in a clever way by doing a specific writing exercise to help improve a certain area of your writing. Number 1, try using writing prompts. If you feel like you're in kind of a creative block and you don't know what to write, you can try using a writing prompt to write something without any expectation or worry. Writing prompts are a great tool to use if you feel like you're in a bit of a writer's block and you don't know what to do with your book at the moment. Number 2, try creating a character profile. Now, character profiles are useful for getting the basic facts of your character straight, so you don't lose track of basic details and run into continuity issues, but you could also use them to add a little more complexity to your characters. Go beyond the basic details and figure out what their goals, fears, ambitions, backstory, etc. are. Number 3, read it out loud. Reading your story out loud can really help you catch typos, awkward wording, strange sentence rhythm, or even just details that are kind of redundant and that you don't need to include. Oftentimes when we read out loud, we just edit out the redundant words or naturally course correct to a more natural sentence rhythm. You can even try recording it and listening back to it to see how your story sounds when read out loud. Number 4, write from all of the senses. This is a great exercise to help you improve your imagery skills. Choose a setting, then write a lengthy paragraph about it using only description. Try to only show and don't tell. Don't even tell us what the place is. So if you're describing a circus or a flea market, don't tell us that it's a circus or a flea market. Just try to invoke that through description and try to use all of the senses. See how long you can carry on the description. Can you go for 200 words, 400 words, 600 words? It can be a great exercise to really help push you to come out with more imagery. Next up is an exercise to help you improve your dialogue. So to begin this exercise, try writing a scene, whether it's one from your book or just a made-up one, with only exposition. Then rewrite it as dialogue between two characters. First, write it as an argument. Second, as characters just sharing facts, and one where one character knows the news but the other is completely in the dark. Finally, once you've done that, try writing the scene out as a regular narrative scene. Next up, peel back the top layer. Read some of your favorite stories, whether they be ones you've written or ones you read, and short stories work best for this because you can read the whole thing in one sitting. Write a one-sentence description of what happens objectively in the plot, but then try to write a description of what the story is trying to do or say or accomplish. Basically, it's thematic layers. When you're doing this with someone else's story, it can be a great way to help strengthen your reading comprehension and also see how theme can be woven into a story, but with your own work, it can help you uncover the underlying themes in your own work that you might not be aware of. Next up, try mining your own emotional memory. You might not be the kind of writer who tends to write from your own experience, but sometimes doing a dig into your own memories can give you a lot to work with. Think about a moment that had a really distinct emotional impact on your life and write it out as a first-person narrative account where you're basically the protagonist and this is like a scene from your story. Study what that emotion looked like for you. It might give you some interesting emotional texture that you can apply to your book. Next up, try graphing your plot. This is a great one if you really like working from visual aids. To do this, draw a line graph charting the rise and fall of your plot's pacing. What you want to do is note the distance between key plot points. If you go too long without a key plot point, the story can start to lag or feel boring, but if you have too many crammed together, it can be exhausting. This is a great way to get a general visual overview of your book's plot. Number 9, brain dump. A brain dump is essentially when you just write down anything that comes to your mind and not worry about what might be relevant or not relevant or trying to organize it as you're writing. You essentially just write down everything and then organize it later. There are lots of different ways to do this. When I do this, I usually just start typing with bullet points in a Word doc. You could also try doing it on a sheet of paper with kind of a mind map type style. Once you're done and you feel like you've gotten all your thoughts out, then you can start organizing it based on subheadings like character, plot, theme, etc. And finally, you can try doing a free write. Free writing is a great exercise to help generate ideas or also combat writer's block. Set a timer and write literally anything that comes to your mind. It doesn't even have to be coherent. It might read more like a story, it might read more like the beginning of a poem. It doesn't really matter. Just write, and once you're done, you can go back and see if there's anything interesting or useful that you might want to create something from. If you want to try out more writing exercises, we have a writing exercise directory, or if you want to revisit any of these ones, we have a blog post on that I'll leave linked in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to subscribe for new writing, editing, and publishing videos every Tuesday and Friday. Until next time.